I thought I'd do a quick video about building this excellent geometric Ymir creature from the movie 60 Million Miles to Earth. When I was a kid, back before the Star Wars days, a bunch of us that loved to draw and do that kind of thing, this is what we had. We had Harryhausen, we had King Kong, and we had Star Trek, and that was pretty much it. But we would draw these things religiously, and I really took to the Ymir creature. And back in the mid-90s, I used to be a salesman, and I was working some businesses, and I came across this model shop, and they had this, and I was shocked, because I'm really not a model builder, but my brother was. And I saw this, and I was able to open the package and look at it. I knew enough about model building that they were made out of the thin styrene, but this was thick. I didn't know what the plastic was. Of course, it was vinyl. But here it was thick, it was stunning, and I was blown away because I loved this creature, this Harryhausen design. And here the Japanese sculptor even made him better. He stylized him, and that he made him look more real. So I took it home and I built it, and I used Super Sculpey to fill in the seams. This stuff is beautiful. I love it. I got in an argument with somebody about Super Sculpey and Epoxy Sculpt. Epoxy Sculpt is good for filling cracks and things, but it's never going to be this. This stuff is beautiful. But of course the pain with this is you have to sit there with a hairdryer when you fill the seams and stay there for 20-30 minutes to harden it, which of course Epoxy Sculpt wins out that way with seam filling, but of course it sets up so quick I have a hard time working with it. But I filled all the seams around his neck and his hands and his back. All these seams were filled with Super Sculpey, and then of course none of us knew what color Ymir was, so I just painted him this color. It was a base coat purple, and then I dry brushed a blue over it, this stuff right here. This kind of, I don't know what they call it, but anyway, this, and then a little yellow over it to bring that out. But it turned out nice. I painted his eyes. But of course, the pose that he's in, I wasn't totally in love with, because in the movie, he really doesn't do this a lot, I guess. I don't know if I remember him doing it. So what I did is I was able to find another one a couple of years later, and they made it to where you could put the character together and his joints move. Well, what I did is I took it and I moved the arms here and there and filled in the gaps. I had to totally resculpt a whole neck, because as you can see here, his head would have been pointing straight down. So I super sculpted a whole neck, and I filled in the joints. And of course I redid the tail, so he has the swishing tail as he's doing his sneak pose. And I base coated him with a purple, and then I put the blue and the yellow over it. And of course redid his eyes, and he turned out just beautiful. I like it because he's sneaking around in the movie most of all. This is what he's doing. And the redone tail, I just moved the tail around. It came in 2-3 joints if I remember. It's been a while. It was the mid-90s. So anyway, I redid his tail from this. You know, that's where he stands real nice. So here it is, my childhood dream, the Ymir, one of my favorites of all times, and I was able to give him that sneak look that you get in the movie, and I just love the way it looks with his tail swishing back and forth there. And I love the color. I chose that color. Who knows what color he was supposed to be, but he turned out beautifully, I think. So I just thought I would share that. The Super Sculpey's great for filling joints, but you have to sit there with a hairdryer until it dries. But you get greater detail with it, and you don't have to babysit it